Hi guys, DK here from KaroroCAM. Today in part 14 of this project, CNC Shaping a Kite Surfboard in KaroroCAM, we are looking at a shaping stand. So I have been updating the spreadsheet that we went over in the last video and have added a couple more tabs, well actually a lot more data to the materials, and and added a tab for equipment, things like we need the CNC router, the machining index that we've already made, the rocker table. But I realized that I will be using a shaping stand, and I need to make a new one for this particular project. So to that end, I have resurrected a design I've worked on in the past and updated it for construction out of sheet plywood. Now I've found a supply locally of some a sort of half sheet offcuts of 25mm plywood, and which is fantastic for this particular design. So I've sort of designed or amended this design to sort of work around a couple of pieces of that, and they're going to literally just be a few dollars US each. So you can see it here that with the board that we're working on sitting on top, and it's also designed so that we can place the board in sideways so that we can actually inspect and smooth out the rails. So the top of this is going to be covered in some 20mm EVA, and I'm actually using that 20mm EVA for some other tools. So that will come up in both in the assembly video for this and the making of those tools. So yeah, this whole, if we remove the EVA from the top, this whole rack is 850mm long, 1 meter high, and 500mm wide. So and it just has this this base here, or this shelf, is quite handy for. I do a lot of wet sanding when I come to finishing these boards, and I do like to have a shelf here for my sanding materials and for a bin of or a tub of water for that wet sanding process. And to that end, we will need to seal this up so that it isn't affected by the moisture of wet sanding. So I can now turn on my cut lines, and if I turn off the 3D model, we can see here these are the two end pieces. This is the top for the shelf, these are the rails for the shelf, and these 4 pieces here are this extra reinforcement that is going around the saddle. So these have been split up into 4 pieces to nest up better. So if we go to our top view, this sheet is what I can get locally, which is 1 meter wide by 1.12 meters long. But this, what I will do is actually provide these plans, or the 3DM file for this shaping rack in a link in the description of this video. So if anyone would like to make this, or CNC cut and make this themselves, they're more than welcome to grab the design. What I'll do with this is I'll actually just put both of these sheets down on the CNC together and run them as a single setup. So I'm going to launch KaroroCAM now. And as always, this will just take a minute to load up. Right, now with that loaded up, I'm going to go to my layers, and I'm going to select all of these curves, and I'm just going to remove those two outside curves, and I'm going to shift this to outside curves of 2D cutting. And if we go to our perspective, in the machine setup, I need to go to shaded view. We have now created the toolpath, but in the machine setup, the stock thickness, we have got 25mm plywood for this operation, and I'm going to be cutting with a flat end mill. And for this particular operation, I'll go to my 12.7mm, no stock to leave, cutting depth to the stock bottom, and I'll go -1 so that we guarantee to cut all the way through. I am going to use multiple depths, and I'm going to go down in steps of 6mm. I'm going to auto cut by Z depth, and I am going to use ramping of 15 degrees. So that should be all good to go. These will connect up here, but that's not going to worry me. It's not going to worry me too much. I think that is all good. So from here, I will just go to post-process, and I will be using the Rich Auto DSP for this particular job, and I will save the G-code to my local file to my local drive. And there we have it, guys. So that is the design and setup for making this this shaping stand. Like I said, I'll put some files into the in the description of this video if you'd like to download and build this particular shaping stand yourself. And otherwise, you will see the construction of this in a future video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave those in the comments below, or you can email us KaroroCAM@gmail.com. Thank you very much.